flying to the pass. She wades through rivers, boarding one small boat after another, traversing the long journey of time, not looking back until she merges with the sea, while the birds take flight above the water. So we're starting Lucy's story. Stage 1, Glory Days in Lisbon. Let's see, I'm hoping there is the voices for each character. And once you have tasted flight, you will work the earth with your eyes turned skyward. For there you have been, and there you would return. In 1835. The air smells of lemon and bay leaves. The wind roars in front of the Atlantic, but no sails wait to catch it. A military blockade site anchors at the north mouth of the harbor. No ship inside to depart without permission. It is summer in the year 1835, and the people of Lisbon, still recovering from years of brutal civil war, are anxious once more. The Queen has banned all passage from the city to the New World. Above the Forbidden Sea, only the skies offer a possibility of escape.
Jamina.
Are you ready, Jamina?
Ready.
3, 2, 1. After the mechanical woman finishes her countdown, her able pilot takes a deep breath and opens her arms. Artificial wings of metal, wood, and leather deploy out from her back, flapping them like birds. She runs towards the water and takes a flying leap.
Lucy.
Yes, Lucy, we did it! I'm flying! I'm flying! Just keep it steady. Just... Oh, we're crashing! The bird dives sharply into the water. 9 seconds.
Good.
An improvement over last time. Do you need any assistance?
Thank you.
No thanks. She moves to unfasten the wings before noticing a crab perched on her shoulder. Returning it to the sand, she crumbles down beside it and sighs. It appears the primary difficulty is power. The wing is not strong enough, or more precisely, we are not generating a significant lift. With further optimization, we should be able to extend your flight time. This model took a whole month to complete and only flew 3 more seconds?
I don't understand.
Is it ever gonna work? Dad has to be crazy to spend his life like this. A gaggle of boys nearby has watched her from their boat. They laugh as she fell and are still laughing. The girl shoots them an icy glare, a piercing bolt that hits them one by one until each wise up and turns back to their fishing.
I am pleased.
3 seconds represents a 50% improvement in performance. If you take that into consideration, our progress has been remarkable. Didn't I take you for an optimist? Please, you should get yourself into dry clothes. I believe I have identified the primary issue of the current design. Great. At this rate, we might make it from the Cape to the shore in, about 100 years or so. If only I could reach the other side of the ocean this very moment. Just think how we'd be able to fly all across the Atlantic and land on the shores of New England. We should head back. Coming! Bundling up the soaked machine, the girl and the mechanical woman heads back towards the city. In the distance, the line of warships have resumed patrolling the harbor, their sails jutting up from the waters just like the fin of a hungry shark. So is this where Lucy started off? She was with a different family before she went to Laplace? Or became the head of director or something like that? As the midday hours turn towards the afternoon, the city begins to bustle with activity once more. So, what was the problem you talked about? The wind can't lift me? What does that mean? Am I too heavy? Do you think I'm fat? Hey Necro, Feyo, how's everything? Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Were you playing Reverse 99 also? But usually, I think for usually banners, they're usually, what, is it like 2 to 3 weeks? So I may be lucky. And, well, like for banner wise, I've been getting at least like, you know, getting lucky on one of the characters for each of the banners. It's like, yeah, it's like enough for 1.6. I got Ju Yonzi, but I didn't get lucky on Gentian. And then like the same thing. No, Millie's giving me bad luck. That's why I do it offline. Alright, take care. Thank you for the raid again. Have a good time with breakfast. Sure I did. Alright, let's get back to the story. Have you ever seen the kids playing with kites? All you need is a good running start, and the wind just takes them up far into the sky. How about we skip birds and just make a great, big, man-sized kite? They walk together, talking and laughing. The doomed flight soon's forgotten. The warmth of energy of Lisbon Street lifting their spirits where wings have followed. Let's see. We're lucky. No, but we don't have any enough for polls. D20 roll got a 19. The mechanical woman, however, gives no response. She's playing the experiment from her metal brain, analyzing its detail by detail.
I recommend this instead.
Melly, let's see what your luck is. Do a roll, D20 luck roll. We need a pair of secondary wings installed 4 inches from the second joint. They would unfold after the primary set in order to balance the lifting force of the wind across your body. So you have average luck. Below average luck. How are you even listening to me? The would-be pilot jumps into the mechanical woman's way, arms planted on her waist. The structure of a kite is extremely lightweight. So you're calling me So you're calling me fat? I am merely asserting that a grown woman is much heavier than a toy made from wood and paper. A kite has a very limited payload, and it cannot be directed while in flight. Our model must be able to do much more than that. The argument breaks up the conversation. From the slopes ahead comes a stiff warning and a slurred response. A squad of soldiers leads the latest catch out from the tavern, driving them away down the street.
Not good.
Looks like the rumor is true. They are hunting the smuggler's accomplice in the city. Or whoever they decide is the accomplice.
Is that so? No matter.
It seems to have little bearing on our situation. Doesn't it? Just look at who they arrested. Fernandez, the broken arm, Carlos, the golden hand, and Alfonso, the gill. The girl's face grows pale as she keens her face out from the dark. All of them local arcanists, no exception. Of course, why should it bother you? You're not a local. Her Majesty would never dream of being so unkind to foreigners. Besides, you have that letter of introduction from the commuting center. Who would be so stupid to offend an honorable guest from Princeton? But I'm not so lucky. If only I could fly. Then, if they ever came for me, I will laugh at them from the safety of the skies. See, Millie, Panther's pointing out the facts. There are no luck involved. The LSCC sent me here with all the necessary documents to accomplish their interests. I suppose, not considering the Arcanists here might not have the same privilege I do because of them. Returning to our work, there are spare materials your father's left. They can be under St. George's Cathedral. It's on the east side of the city. Carrying the skill dripping gear, the girl seems to forget their prior concern, running ahead to lead the way. Keep an eye out for more of those solditos. We'll make a detour if we have to. Don't worry, we're going where the queen and her dogs aren't likely to follow. However, it seems Her Majesty's dogs have already caught their scent. Quiet! I believe that soldiers may be an issue. Jemena, he's the warning. Passing the white contraption over to Lucy.
Shh, quiet.
Shh, I'll meet you at the second junction past the checkpoint. Good luck. I think that's where she lost her dream streak. She whispers her instructions and disappears into the narrow alleyway. The sight of a mechanical woman holding a strange dripping machine cannot be helped but attract attention.
Stop!
What do you have there? If you must know, metal, wood, leather, fabric. Not to mention a badge bearing 2 lions that's significant in an empire on which, it is said, the sun never sets. It is a device. Wings. Wings? The soldier's eyes bulge as he contends with the information, before signaling for her to move along. The mechanical woman continues on unhurriedly towards her rendezvous. He didn't question you? What did you say to him? How come he just let you go? He only inquired as to what I was carrying, and I replied honesty. Wings. Haha, I guess he took you for a weirdo and let you go. You aren't exactly what these dogs are hunting for anyway. Anyway, we'll reach the cathedral soon. It's a spot underneath the pit. Well, if no one had cleared it out yet. Why would anyone do that? The poor are short of everything here. Metal for cookware, fabric and leather for clothes, and wood for their hearths. They use whatever they can to get their hands on. I just hope it's still there. I want to fly and finish what he started, so he can rest, so I can escape this place.
No.
We still have many problems to solve before we get there. So what do you think? At the end of the story that they're gonna be able to fly soon? A compelling set. But these problems cannot be But these problems can be handled, shaped, like pruning the bud on a tree, solving them one by one until we reach our goal. And it's taken us a whole month to solve just one. Maybe you got the kind of time to spare. Amiji, not mate. Me. Your father spent 10 years just to get us here. And he gave everything we had to this project.
I don't understand.
Yes, he did.
Yes, but...
Was it worth it? Will it be Will it ever be worth it? I know it's been his dream and mine, but it feels impossible, and so far away. I never lived to see it. When they first introduced the locomotive, people laughed at it. It was slower than a horse, and less far practical.
We have to do this.
Now, they talk of building railways to connect cities across the continent. Look at the progress. Imagine what will come of them in the future. And this hunk of metal that floated a whole 9 seconds. You think this is our future?
Correct.
I do. She answers without hesitation. The woman herself is a product of this unstoppable revolution. Alright, well, we're here. Let's see if we can find our way to the future with whatever is left of the past. The two of them arrived at the ruins of the cathedral, damaged in the war. A solitary statue of an angel remains, though it has lost its wings, and with them, it seems all holiness fell away too. I do hope the materials are still intact. There is a ceiling underneath the pulpit. Go on ahead. I need to speak to a friend around here. Be right back. A blown away kite. It's quieter than she imagined. A kite?
Precisely.
She may be right to consider that. After checking the materials are still in reasonable condition, the mechanical woman begins to reimagine their design with an element of a kite. Widen the bottom, narrow the top, and yes, we get a triangle. A wider, rigid base should improve their ability to capture the wind. She writes down her ideas and looks over the design draft. That must be left by Jaminia.
Mm-hmm.
That will allow the air to pass above and below the wings to improve lift. But what if the wind heading changed abruptly? She writes down the question, pondering over the words a while before drawing a long curve along the draft.
I recommend this instead.
A feathered tail to maintain balance. That may work. The mechanical woman begins planning at the construction when an anxious voice breaks the silence of the room. I'm wondering why it says a mechanical woman. Why can't it just use her name, Lucy?
Lucy.
Lucy!
Jamina. What is going on?
Is she getting chased? Calm yourself. What is happening? They locked down the whole port now. An escalation, but not an unexpected one.
Is that so?
I see, so...
No matter.
What does it have to do with us? They can stop ships, Jamina, but they cannot stop the wind. Let us just continue our work for now. Tomorrow we will go to the beach and try to have another try. The mechanical woman's determination is unchanged, even as her companion ravers. True flight must be activated. There are heirs to the legacy that begins to sketch for an enigma Italian genius passed down through centuries, now standing on the cusp of realization. Now there are even more soldiers on the street. Lucy, I'm afraid. The future of the project hangs on a thread. What is it that you're afraid of?
I'm planning to leave.
That they'll arrest me, Lucy, and only God knows what else. If I stay too long, then I'll never fly, never reach New England.
Damn it.
Ah, if I only gone with Fernando when he left. Are we going to leave these materials behind? rough metal pipes, wood, coal, leather, all kinds of materials prepared for the project, all lying beneath the ruined palace. The cathedral is a scar, a victim of the civil war that has swept through Lebanon not a few years ago, and even in the already intact cellar, it is far from the ideal workshop.
It will not be viable on a larger scale.
I believe that would not be a wise choice. Mr. Murdoch is very supportive of your father's project, as is the LSCC. It was your father's letter that brought me here. We have few ideas as groundbreaking as this in LSCC since Mr. Watts passed. James Watts, some of my colleagues see him as my father. It has been for the steam engine before my awakening. She remembers a strange thread of her first moments of awareness, woken by a chorus of steam and whistles. So is James Watts her kind of like her dad since, or I don't know. That's what he's saying, right? Then I suppose it was in a way, don't you think? We're all built by our fathers, in one way or another. I remember how my dad lifted me up high in the sky. He said that something would fly in the sky together.
Yes, but...
It's a beautiful dream, but he's gone now. He traded his life away for 9 seconds.
I don't understand.
I'm not sure that trade will ever be worth it.
I am pleased.
Jamina, every second we spend off the ground is a startling achievement, not just for you and your father, but all of history. The little inventor frowns, weighing the cost of her dreams and her anxiety of the future. So then, do you think I'll be able to use this to fly away and escape across the ocean?
No.
For the unseeable future, the only way across the Atlantic is by ship. And with the ports locked down, there's really no way at all.
Wait, there could be another way.
Wait, there may still be a chance. I have to speak to someone. I'll see you on the beach tomorrow. She scarcely finished her thoughts before she bounded up and out in the streets.
Jamina.
That's what she had been like. A gust of wind, always moving, flying too fast to see what lies ahead. Silence returns, broken intermediate by a rhythm scratching of a pencil on paper. A lighter alloy will reduce the weight without reducing structural strength. Aluminum. It will work perfectly if only the materials were not beyond unaffordable.
No.
No, not worth further consideration. Lost in her thought, Lucy managed to miss entirely the squad of soldiers as they run into the ruins and find her alone. As she marks down measurements and theories, they at last announce their presence. You, woman, where is she? Could I wait for a moment? I'm in the middle of some collaboration. The soldier surrounds her, yet she takes little notice. Please, Senhora, we don't want to cause any violence on the god's roof, even in the current state. We only need to know where the smuggler's daughter has gone. The second endurance will be under the most stress. That will limit our maximum wingspan, unless we might add an additional set. She marks a spot on the draft with a circle. You're testing your patience, Senhora. The dagger pierces through the circle of the draft, pinning it to the table. She raised her head to meet the man. Jamina was right. He bears a striking resemblance of a snarling dog. There's no one else here. Who we're looking for again? The smuggler's daughter.
Completely wrong.
I am afraid you are what is. Wait. I am afraid you are what is the. Wait. I am afraid you are what is the phase barking up the wrong tree. No more funny business, Senhora. Give me her location now.
No.
A logical impossibility. I cannot give you what I do not possess. The soldier draws back the dagger, roughly ripping the draft apart. Lucy picks up the pieces up and calmly begins bustling them together.
Please, allow me through.
Please leave. You're wasting your time. She can sense their hesitation. Their snarl is starting to sound like a little bit more like whines. All I have here is a pencil and paper. There's nothing else in horror.
Is that so?
What about this, huh? You call this nothing else? The young soldier sees the wind contraption, then throws it to the ground. Like a bolt unleashed from his pen, he stomps over any breakable piece he can find. She's not here. Let's go. Vamos, rapido. Her uninvited guest follows out, tails between her legs, leaving the mess they caused behind. Wordlessly, the wings are picked up from the ground and placed onto the table. It will be repaired, just as it has been many times before. The mechanical woman draws out some spare materials and begins their work. Icarus! Stage 3.
They're all gone.
Your father's materials proved useful. It will not take long to finish the repairs and make some adjustments. We will still be able to perform another test flight tomorrow. So it's not all bad news. Still, I have something to tell you. She stops, hesitating to continue.
I'm planning to leave.
I see.
And your flying machine? Leave it be. I'll take it and our draft to New York World and continue the project there.
Mm-hmm.
So you need no further need of me, huh? Then.
That's not what I meant.
If that means the project can be completed without further distractions, then I suppose I should welcome it. Congratulations, Jamila. The mechanical woman stops her word abruptly and turns to her would-be test pilot. I made a deal to secure my way out of here. I'm going to the beach. There will be a boat waiting for me there.
You should consider.
And you will be going to the new world. That would be unwise. You have access to many more resources in Europe. To start in the New England would be cause unnecessary delay. And you have to stay in Lisbon. And you would have me stay in Lisbon, where I could be arrested at any time? So you will leave, even if that puts the project in jeopardy. The mechanical woman's words sound like an accusation. I'll take all the materials with me, and our dress. A delay, maybe a long one, but nothing I can't handle. I'll be fine. Her confidence fades. Besides, this is my father's legacy. My father's, not yours. You're only here because of him. This is my decision to make. It is my dream. Our dream. The word tastes like a lie. She's scared. Your father built you a dream, just like Mr. Watts done for me. He wanted me to leave the laboratory to meet more people, to listen to them, and understand their ideas, their imagination. He believed in the powers of human cooperation. That's an ideal could be passed from hand to hand, like a torch or amber, across generations. She points at the core of her body. That very idea has come to life in her.
Do not worry.
Thanks in part of our cooperation, our project has already come so far from where it started. That's true, but things have changed. If there is some glimmer of success, something I could hold on to, maybe, but...
What difference does it make?
What's the difference between 6 seconds and 9? Lucy packs the wings wordless and walks to the door.
Lucy.
Our time is limited.
The wind is nearing optimal conditions. We should seize the final opportunity to test our work before you go. With our current technology, wind alone will not provide significant force to lift a human in a sustained or direct flight. But as a controlled guide may be possible, with the right materials. Despite knowing that they will soon part, the only thing they can speak about is their project. Like a windmill or a water wheel, will it be steam, like your power source? Perhaps. A steam engine could generate a great source of deal of force, but it will be far too heavy to be feasible. There's one more option. Arcanum.
No. No.
You mean arcane skills? No. Absolutely not. She goes pale, as if the idea can conjure some lost forgotten nightmare.
I concur.
I know, Arcanum could not be a long-term solution.
It will not be viable on a larger scale.
It will be impractical to have an Arcana standby for every flight after all. I don't think you really understand what other Arcanas go through in this world. What do you mean? As you have no doubt heard of those soldiers, my families were smugglers. Or really, all they did was predict the direction of the wind and sea conditions for fishermen, sailors, and some smugglers too. My father was guiding his ship out. He went with them this time, I guess to buy some fancy new materials. But something went wrong. There was a storm. The supervisors called him Johan. They decided it was his fault. Her face falls, looking stuck between anger and grief.
No.
Your father did not control the weather. He only predicted it. He should not have been blamed. This was ignorance, superstition. Like sailors that refuse to look back as they leave port. Their motions have no true impact on the safety of the ship. It is only a mistake belief. You don't understand, Lucy. They do it because that looking back means you are not ready to leave. And the sea is quick to punish those that cannot face it.
Jamina.
The sea does not punish. It has neither feelings nor intellect. I cannot know, nor would it care what the sailors do. Superstition is a false comfort, but a comfort that still values against the vast and unpredictable sea. We cannot help ourselves, humans and Arcanus alike. But it has no value at all. How much effort and time is wasted on these useless ceremonies? It will be more efficient use for securing ropes and advancing marine technology. A sailor can't do his job properly if he's thinking of home. If nothing else, people gain courage from their beliefs. They would be able to feel more courageous if they focus on gaining experience and properly utilizing technology. Everything else is simply mechanics fate. Luck, not belief. Random luck at all. It couldn't be controlled, only computed. But as luck would have it, at the moment, light springs from the other side of the beach, carried by soldiers moving swiftly towards them.
Over there!
There! On the beach!
Not good.
No, the boat is late. She realized as she said it. It isn't late, it was already gone, along with the other boats that had the chance of getting through the tightening blockage.
Where's my ship?
Where are they? The panicked Arcana scans her eyes across the sea, picking up distant shadows or sails sparkling against the horizon. This must be a mile out from her and gaining distance fast. And behind her, marching boots stood over the sand, gaining ground as they quickly.
I recommend this instead.
There is still something we can do. Let me see the machine. True scientific achievement will have to wait. but this will improve a temporary solution. The light of arcane flashes seal flashes as Lucy's pistol starts to churn. She pours out a blast of steam, causing the wings to siphon and change into iron gray metal. What is this? You never told me you could do anything like this.
What are you doing?
What did you do to it?
Perhaps.
This may be strong enough to keep you in there, but I cannot make it guarantee. Jamina dons the now mechanic wings, flapping them like a fledgling eager to kick off. Control your altitude and aim as best as you can for the nearest boat. You must lie flat and keep your body parallel to the water. What if I fall?
Precisely.
Then they may catch you, but you will be caught if you stay here. Lucy is right. There is only one way out, and she must take it. Whenever his feet finds their pace, she runs towards the sea. Extending her wings, she leaps with all her strength up and over the water. Arms open, body flat, and steady balance. Lucy! The wind lifts her up surely and steadily. Zamina's stomach churns as she makes for the horizon, chasing towards the bare outline of mass against the setting sun. From the beach, there is no more signs of the little pilot. No way to know whether she landed safely. Against all odds, the mechanical woman finds herself hoping her friend did not look back. A seabird sims over her from the darkness of the sea, towards the light approaching from the beach. Jamina's flight is a little unsteady at first, but she flies. No one can take that from her now. She has stolen the coop, gentlemen. And you just let her go? I'm under no obligation to catch her. Besides, how could I? Ah, find her. Swim if you gotta. Vamos. The soldier pays the woman no mind as they rush to the bridge to get a better view, nor does she mind them. Her little bird is long past where she could reach her. Though arcane skills were not how either of them had vision achieving it. The mechanical woman heads back towards the city walls, lost in thought, scarcely noticing the bellowing horns ringing out across the port. You have tried so many designs, a variety of materials, shapes, structures, countless formula adjustments, and yet only arcane skills prove significant. A shortcut, one wholly unreliable in any practical application.
She performed within acceptable parameters.
They made so much progress, only to part without a solution. Germina, that frightened little bird. She could not blame her. Though she wanted to, all she can do is escape and leave her with nothing, not even a working theory. Crackling shots ring out from the beach, a soldier firing vainly into the sky as their captain rages. But Germina is well beyond sight now, and the reach of their shots. As if to bring her back to her senses, the tiny crab... Well, you want me to step aside? Am I right? Your chitin is certainly harder than most things, but no match for metal. A arthropod of your size simply does not have the size or strength to damage me. She catches the crab gently, scanning it for the moment before allowing it to scurry away in the sea. It disappears beneath the waves, just as her friend did in the evening sky. Never to come back. I let you cheat, but to find real workable solution, there must be a price to pay.
It will take time, determination, and courage. Jamina.
And now, you choose to give up, Jamina. So are they gonna meet in the future? How many is there? There's 8 total. Four, Metropolises. So what year is this? Oh. Wait, so the 70 years pass? Victor, how much gasoline is left? Enough for a few tests, but we'll run out by next weekend. Don't worry, our investigators will send us another barrel before that. Still, we best use this sparingly. This stuff is expensive. The engineer turns the page on his counter, staining it with oil. Several drafts are pinned to the wall, each marked with notes and proposed change. The pipe will not be enough. It may warp if the temperature is not controlled.
Perhaps.
There is no guarantee of stable heat transfer. Perhaps we should add another outer casing to improve its strength.
Victor.
What do you think, Victor?
No.
Oh, now you're interested in my input? Sure. You don't want to ask someone else? Maybe one of your nut job colleagues?
We have to do this.
The LSCC does not have any staff to spare for this project. I'm afraid you will have to do. It has been 6 months since he heard about the engineer's project, the development of a true powered wingsuit, and drops everything to join it. This fuel tank will be too small for a flight of any significant duration. Not that it matters, our engine is already severely limited to our materials and weight requirements.
We must continue our efforts.
And we can still give it a try. Our current improvement should meaninglessly increase our flight time. The mechanical woman turns to the wall and unpins several unneeded drafts.
This is all meaningless.
Meaningful? I doubt we managed more than a few extra seconds. They're unexpected results, real results. They aren't going to pay for a few seconds. If the company pulls out, we have to terminate the project.
Damn it!
And they've been delaying pay a little more each month. Think they're trying to tell us something?
Do not worry.
We have made progress. Our situation is not as grim as you make it to be.
Are you giving up?
You can't be serious.
Give up? No way. Do you know how much I spent on this project already? Now if we were smart, I would have never taken up this crazy scheme in the first place. There has been attempts before, Victor. Yeah, I know. I remember the stories from when I was a kid. Granny flew like a bird over from Europe. Wait, so is this Jamina's grandson? Well, maybe she did figure it out, but she didn't think to write down before she croaked. And there has been plenty of others that have tried since. Did even one of them succeed? No, not a single damn one. So here I am, about to be the latest one to make the same damnest fool mistake, maybe the last. A moment of bitter clarity strikes the engineer.
No,
The last one? Of course not.
you are not the last.
Why would you think that? The dream of flight? No. I cannot imagine humanity ever giving up on it. Are you aware this pointless debate has accumulated wasted 3 hours, 48 minutes, and 19 seconds of our time just this month? I forget about Lucy's wording.
You should consider.
Times you might be spent better on checking these wings. Don't tell me what to do, Ironhead. The engineer walks away, muttering unclear but targeted compliments until he pivots and returns back to the wings. Returning to my original query, I am concerned that heat from the exhaust will compromise the integrity of this piping. Why not cool it down with water or something?
No.
A rapid shift in temperature will cause the pipe to explode. I admit that it is unlikely that this would occur during the course of our current maximum flight time. However, I suggest a change of materials to avoid potential issues as we extend its duration.
No.
That's not an option. We only got what we got.
Explain.
Why? We could greatly increase our efficiency, not to mention safety. Because our investigators asked us to. They want a model for mass production. Our top priority is to give them confidence. Otherwise, they will cut our funding. Cut our funding? A threat that looming ever nearer. Do you even know how long those rights boys are keeping their contraption in the air now? We're losing our only opportunity to making something of this project. So I guess the right guys are the first to I know they were the Wright brothers for the first flight. The only opportunity.
Victor.
That is not true, Victor. Even if they were 3 to 5 years ahead of us, it will make no difference. We are heirs to the work of our centuries. Besides, we are not precisely direct competitors.
That will not be necessary.
They have produced a rigid wing aircraft, not a single wing person wingsuit. There is room for both concepts. Centuries, 3 to 5 years ahead of us. How many 3 to 5 years are there before I'm dead and gone?
What good will it do?
You're wrong, Luce. If they bring that thing of theirs to the market first, they'll win. In this business, winner takes all, pal. And loser gets nothing. Literally nothing. Even if we are not completely successful, our work has not been meaningless. As long as we advance scientific knowledge. Yeah, maybe that's enough for your
This is all
egghead pals in
meaningless.
LSCC, but there's no glory in second place, Luce. No fame, no money, not a real cent, not a red cent. He sees up as his rage is bubbling up under his skin, ready to explode.
Victor.
Calm yourself, Victor. Go get the car. We will have a test flight at the parking lot in 2 hours. Didn't I already tell you not to bark orders at me? Sorry, Miss Lucy. I'm just frustrated. I'm on a short fuse these days.
Good.
We should focus on our work, Victor. The telephone rings. Victor runs towards the phone, slipping over the slick oil, his half cursing as he picks up his receiver. Damn it, yes? Hi? Hello? Yeah? This is Victor speaking. How can I?
It's most regretful.
Mr. Victor, we deeply regret that we must speak to you. Due to some recent development with our competitors, we've been forced to recess your project, and will come to the conclusion that it is no longer economical for us to maintain our environment.
No.
Economical? What do you mean? Simply put, we will no longer provide any further fundings or materials support. Given the growing
I think
success
it's
of your
necessary.
competitors and your own lack of results, it appears there is no longer a viable future for this project.
Good luck.
We appreciate your understanding in all of this. You will be hearing from us if we require your service in the future. Hey, don't hang up. What the hell are you saying? Hey, hey!
Damn it!
Bastards!
What is going on?
What is happening? Got good news and bad. Which one do you want to hear first? You look pale. Tell me the good news first. The good news is we don't have to listen to those ignoramus we call investors anymore. The bad news is they're out. I see, so they have abandoned the project. In a manner of speaking, but we have not abandoned it. The engineer sits down on the oily stool, head in palms, and the virgin is smearing all over his hair. I got some friends to call. They might be able to salvage this mess.
Good.
In the meantime, perhaps we should take a break. Would you like some coffee? What? Coffee? Nah. Thanks, Liz, but I'm not taking a break. This is it. It's over. Oh. It was a fool's dream, Liz. Leave the flying to the birds and those damn Wright brothers. I'm talking about selling off all this junk. We might cover part of our losses still.
Are you giving up?
Are you that easily defeated? We still have significant materials to improve on our current design. Oh sure, And what about the ones after that? Experiments after experiments. How many more times do I gotta fail before I wise up? And what's the use? Even if I could do it, we're already too late. Come on, go get the car. We can run the experiments on the beach.
No.
No. Actually, we should go to the Charles River. What are you up to? The wind coming off the river will be steadier. He moves to get up, but sinks down, unsure of his next move, looking like a ship tossing in the storm. One last rung then, for old time's sakes?
No.
It will not be our last. Yeah, let's hope. Anyway, you're right. The river is best. We have more intentions there, provided we get off the ground.
Precisely.
This is the right decision. It would be irresponsible to give up before attempting all other possibilities. She will not give up again. Her words conjured up an older memory, a friend from years ago in the distant past, of the last time she had shared their path with someone, and how superstition and fear had taken away from them, just before they reached their dreams. And their obstacles there are far less significant. The only thing that stands in their partner's way now is their own ego and greed. Just think back on how much progress we have made. Alright, we'll stick to the plan. But if we're taking the river, we have to fly. I can't swim. Not a problem. Great, I'll get the car and call the reporters. Let's hope we get the headline tomorrow. To be continued. Alright, so we're gonna take like a break for anyone that needs, bathroom break, stretch, getting food, chips, snacks. So we'll be back in like what, 5-10 minutes? Alright, so we're back. So we're halfway there. Stage 5. Air Farce. (1908) Charles Riverbank. It's a beautiful day, and many people had gathered along the river to enjoy it. The spirits of this moment in time feels more intensely hopeful. Humans have conquered darkness with electric light and distance from a clunk of locomotive. What will come next? Will they conquer the sky and beyond? If nothing else, they feel assured the future is bright. Ladies and gentlemen, make way, please. Are the spotlights ready? I'll pay, Sam. Trust me, for once. Thank you, sir. This won't take long, I promise. 30 minutes, stop. Wait, tops. And I'll be out of your way. Victor has become one part engineer and 2 parts showman, frankly lining up equipment and impatient reporters at the same time. I promise you, gentlemen, soon you will possess the most memorable and valuable photos of the century. Forget the headlines of the Sun. This is history. Pardon me. I need a moment to talk with my lovely assistant. The engineer wipes off his fake smile as quickly as he turns, running over to help Lucy unload the metal frame. The assembling time should be appropriate 5 minutes. Yeah, great. I just got a brilliant idea, Luce.
Yes, I am listening.
We both know you can't afford another failure. Wait, we both know we can't afford another failure. The engineer glances around and hustles and hushes his voice. Our current model still has some problems to be solved, so why don't you just use that arcane skill of yours to spruce her up, you know.
Really?
You mean you want me to change this mechanical structure to make the experiment work? Yes, exactly what I mean.
No.
No, I refuse. What? Why? What?
It is unreliable.
First, you must remember that there is a limit to my arcane skill. I may run out of time, and it may be possible it will not work. The odds are already stacked against us in the first place. What could it hurt, even if it fails?
Victor,
It would be impossible for me to enchant every suit once our model is put into mass production. Without even mentioning that it could be impossible to enhance them each time they were needed.
it will not be viable on a larger scale.
Arcane skill simply do not work that way. Our goal is a stable, reliable, and practical model. Who would buy anything less? She focused on the future, not the present, hoping to appeal to the engineer's true desire. Now
You should consider.
you have my reasons. Please assist me with the wings. Do you have that head of yours screwed on wrong? Or do you really not get that our project is done if we fail again? Luce, it's really simple. Enhance the engine, go up and have a little fun in the sky, then turn back down to greet the reporters when they come to take photos of you. Our investigators will change their minds. Hell, they'll beg us to continue. Then we'll have all the money we could ever want to make the hunk of bolt really work. And once we actually finish it, Luce, buddy, we have to stack as high as Rockefeller.
What good will it do?
But why would we want a pile of paper? That's all I ever wanted, ever since I found these old drafts while cleaning up my old man's house.
Victor,
Your motivation notwithstanding. This project has a promising future. That is all I know. Victor throws the draft to the ground in a huff. Lucy picks them up and returns them to the car. We still need these. Like how we do. The engineer storms away, but as he enters sight of the crowd, he puts on his fake smile as cool as he can be. It's smaller than he hoped. Victor, please ask the crowd to disperse. There may be an unexpected danger. I do not want anyone to be hurt. You heard the lady, folks. My assistant is meticulously careful and considerate, even though our venture is completely safe. Still, as a practical humanist and a thorough scientist, she's always taking even the rarest and most extreme worst-case scenario into consideration. But I do really have to emphasize rarest. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's witness the latest creation of Victor Workshop, the fantastic wingsuit. Press one button and control the wings with a simple lever. That's all it takes to fly up right into the sky.
no.
Hold on, Victor, we're not quite ready. There's some turbulence in the air. We should delay for a short while until it passes. Excuse us, friends. I'm afraid we need to adjust our equipment one last time to make sure it runs so smoothly. Please give us 2 more minutes. Hey, what circus are you from, pal? Victor's Workshop of Boston, sir. We are not a circus or some arcane swingers. A pair of iron wings installed on a robot's back? Sure sounds like a clown's act to me. Haha. Go on, let's see it then. What can she do? We can't keep waiting, Luce. The crowd's turning on us.
I am on standby until the right wind arrives. You appear anxious. Why is that?
A ship floats past them on the river. A passenger gawking at the scene.
No.
Because we need to take off now, or all those nice folks out there are going to leave. And our last chance of fame and fortune goes with them.
Is that so? No matter.
Is that so? What does that mean for the project?
What good will it do?
What good does the spotlight do for our experiment? Will the people gathering by the river help us optimize our wingspan? Our power source? You're being
What
difficult.
good will it do?
What's the point of this experiment if no one is here to see it? The point? The point is that we put our work into perfecting this machine. Is that point enough? Even if something goes wrong, it will give us a chance to analyze and fix it. That is the point. Humans have dreamed of flying in the wind since before the first kite flew into the air. And now, our achievement in material science and the development of our internal combustion engine has laid the foundation for us to make this dream a reality.
Victor,
What do we lose even if we fail again, Victor? We have failed 100 times, so what is so terrible about one more? The engineer has no answer for her. The moment turns, a swift western wind blows across the river banks. That's your win, Luce. Go on! Move, move. Good luck! It is the hands of fate now. The mechanic woman pulls the device over her silvery arms. Now a bird with iron wings, she walks to the edge of the riverbanks and presses a button as a jet of ire erupts beneath her. No signs of arcanum, only the mechanical rumble of human technology.
I am pleased.
We have done all we can. I have a feeling that this time we will succeed. You ready? Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your eyes, for you are about to bear witness to the greatest invention in human history. Where Icarus failed, we succeeded. Now mankind will take to the sky just as easily as the birds. Like her friend ran towards the sea those many years ago, Lucy spread her wings and leaps to the riverbanks.
Wow!
Ha! That was a jump! She jumped! Come on, do any of you think that stupid contraption is going to fly? Where many expected to flash, they hear instead a roar as the engine pulls her up and over the surface of the water.
No.
There appears to be some unexpected instabilization. Look, look! She's rising, folks! That's no mere glide. With 100 genuine powered, up and onwards! The engineer stares out at the silvery birds as it holds up above the river's surface. Sweat drips off his forehead, and the yellow draft paper in his hands is now a crumbled ball, but he turns back to the crowd.
Victor,
Let me tell you folks, this thing is safe, stable, and reliable, while even a child may pilot it after a few short lessons. Imagine it. Faster than an airship, more convenient than a locomotive, and cheaper than an automobile.
Victor,
Why is Victor not listening? Gentlemen, I ask you now for a small investment, one small payment to put yourself in front of the most important invention of our times. This is the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to own a piece of the future. Seize it now. Fame and fortune awaits.
Victor,
Victor, something is wrong. The engineer begins to splutter and cough, no longer moving forward. The buffeting wind pulls her into trouble. Your future just took a nosedive, pal.
She fell in the water!
Oof! Look how she hit the water. That could have killed someone. The engineer turns white, slowly rushing his head towards the splash.
No. No.
Is Lucy alright? The iron bird pulls herself up the riverbank and drops her wings. I believe that I found our problem. Our engine is not providing significant downward thrust to keep us in the air, even with the aid of the wind.
it will not be viable on a larger scale.
There are also many extruded parts. We should significantly streamline the design to improve our fuel efficiency. If we can improve the overall power output. Yeah, well, good luck with that, Luce. I'm out. No one's going to invest in after today, not a penny.
It's a waste of time.
It's a money pit, and I'm tired of digging it. No chance I'm going to see a profit, not in 10 years, not in 100. The mechanical woman dries herself and walks to the engineer as she mopes on the ground. They deserve a better ending.
Are you giving up?
So, you give up? We got this close, and you could just walk... And you just want to walk away?
It isn't worth it, partner.
Seems like it, don't it? Victor ends his last attempt with a heavy sigh, pulling his hat down over his face. He walks into the crowd and doesn't return.
This is only another failed result.
We have found another venue for improvement.
This is nothing more than a minor setback. An unsuccessful experiment is not a critical failure.
The crowd is dispersing now, and Victor has disappeared with them. Flying is a beautiful dream, but dreams do nothing for a man with an empty wallet and a growling stomach. You only ever saw what you could reach in one grasp, Victor. But it takes more patience than that if you really want to touch the sky. But he is gone. The random movement of fate has left her alone once more. But that would not stop her. Like many before him, he was terrified of the difficulty to set and change his course, like those mountaineers who turned from the Master Horn long before they reached its peak. But I know there will be others, those behind him, that will climb higher than he has ever imagined. Stage 6, Inherited Wings. So is she working with another engineer this time? Oh, she's back in the Foundation? 1969.
Thank you.
On behalf of the Space Center, we really want to thank you for your service these past years, Madam Lucy.
Please.
I bought you a few brochures for you and to look over for some great vacation spots. Sunny beach, high-class results. You have a lot of things to do. She accepts the offered paper graciously, but there's no real joy in it for her. A holiday resort is no different from her than a quiet office with an equipment power supply.
Of course.
Oh, and I included the schedule for the moon landing broadcasts. You didn't want you to miss it. Will you ring the Bayshore High School for me? I need to talk to Miss Joanna. I'm sure she was in her office now. Okay.
Hello.
Joanna,
Hello, Miss Joanna. I am letting you know I will arrive later today before... She looks up the clock. Shortly before dusk. Yes. See you later. Okay, I'll wait for you there. Lucy hangs up without another word. Never one for formalities. I will need a ride to Bayshore. Sure. I'll arrange for a car to pick you up outside the center. How long will it take to get there?
I think that...
Less than an hour, if the traffic isn't too bad.
Please?
And that shouldn't be a worry. The military has arranged a corridor for around the center.
I am pleased.
Good. I'm glad to see that the Space Center remains as efficient as ever. You have prepared for everything, with more than elegant abundance. I am looking forward to witnessing this historic moment. I will also need my luggage and equipment brought to the car before I leave, if that is not to be much trouble. Idlesons, even the older varieties, have always confused Lucy. The patterns of their behavior unpredictable and frequently irrational. As she arrives, she is instantly reminded of the discomfort. The students begin to flocking to her.
Whoa, a robot!
Hey Jack, Annie, come check it out. A real life robot.
Please allow me through.
The mechanical woman is surrounded by students, forming an impenetrable wall of questions. Give her some space. Is that how any of you would treat a guest?
Joanna,
Oh, Joanna, you look healthy. Have you improved your diet and exercise routine? Is that robot for good to see you? Well, I'm glad you haven't changed too much from hanging out with all these brainiacs without me.
precisely.
A healthy body and a clear mind will improve performance in humans, and even I need regular maintenance. Without it, I might experience unnecessary component failure. Oh, sorry, I mean to say, it is good to see you, too. Alright then. As for all of you, I'm sure you're eager to hit the beach. Grab your things and get going. I need a moment to speak to our guests. Off you go. These are their trophies. I know it's not glamour as working for the space station, but teaching has reward of its own. The trophies are not considerable, and by the reaction of their students, she has most certainly achieved her own kind of success.
Happy to see you.
I'm glad to see you have more. Wait, I am glad to see you have found something meaningful to do after you left. I am happy to see you finally taking a break. I was beginning to think you would be working until your wiring melted. Huh. As long as power supply is stable, there should be no risk of damage to my wiring. As if matching her statement, the lights begin to flicker in the building. Probably just a generator. Don't worry your pretty metal head over it.
No.
Oh no, you should.
Relax.
Relax, Lucy. We all gotten used to it. That space sensor of yours is a bit of a power suck, but a few flickering bulbs aren't as bad price to pay for the moon. It shouldn't affect the broadcast, and we just have to hope the system can hold up until then. But that's why we always have a plan B, right?
I concur.
I agree. People underestimate their value, but in an emergency, redundancy always proves their worth. But best not to leave it to chance. Found it. Remember this? The unfolded tattered old draft, a gift from Joanna to celebrate her retirement. One of the few human rituals she has come to value. I'm happy that our modern events in aviation have, at last, made this project viable. But with my other work, I have not had any time to work on it. I'm glad you are able to make use of it. Well, I had the time you didn't, and you're the one that really driven this project forward. Attending your experiment and record keeping are far more significant contribution. And had it been a long time since I have done even that.
What is your current progress?
Not as far as your rocket for certain, but we're making real progress.
Do not worry.
Invention takes time. I cannot fault you for lacking the same resource I have, access at the space station. It is remarkable just how much progress you have made even in the last decade. And it has been an international effort, even despite our difference. It is remarkable how much we have learned from the Soviet space program. The competition starts as soon as someone takes the lead. The Baikonur Cosmodrome sent their first satellite above the stratosphere, and so we sent the second one. Then they launched a manned rocket into space. We had to catch up with them, so we made our own. Now they're aiming at the moon, Mars, and even the galaxy is next. But we're not going to be left watching their exhaust this time. Now, we're going to take the lead. A prideful smile stretches over her face.
I appreciate your competitiveness.
I'll make us work faster, think smarter, run further. Once we leave those first steps there, in the dust of another world, there is no telling how far humanity will run. There will be new footprints, new detectors, new astronauts, new bases, and then settlers. The space station has made plans for all of it. Her friend has turned back to the trophy case. Jack and Peter are always competing with each other. They push themselves so hard, and each time they fly a little higher and a little longer than the last time. I think near half of these are Jack's, and most of the rest are Peter's. I doubt they have gotten this far if the others there weren't able to push them another step. The awards tell the story as well as she could. Small as increment gains. Iteration over iteration, but each victory was a badge of honor. So, you have them working on the project too? I brought them on the board as soon as they showed interest. Their work is largely based on your design.
All thanks to you.
That prototype you sent us served an excellent model.
Very well.
Is that so? It has been shelved for a long time. Every once in a while, I will take it out again, whether I found a new technology or material that could be improvised into the design. It has been the work of decades, century almost. I'm very glad to hear you had made progress on it.
Lucy.
Only because you never gave up on it. A project should not be idly abandoned, not until all avenues of success has been exhausted. And that is a rare case. In fact, perhaps I am an optimist, but I think that such a case almost never happens. The only real challenge is in what project deserves our time and resources. There is no way to juggle everything. Sometimes, other work must take precedence. That's why we share these ideas. What is it you always said? Like an amber passes from hand to hand. Come on, Lucy. Let me show you what you've done with that amber. It was an uplifting invitation. After 2 years, we finally seen the spark take flame. Though it isn't much now, just something for them to play around with.
Are you sure?
You mean you have actually made something of my design? How did you overcome the issue with fuel capacity? Were you able to find a rigid material capable of withstanding the drag force? One that is still flexible enough to allow the pilot to pivot in the air? How long has she kept that amber? How many before them has thrown it away? But now... Oh, Lucy, I'm sure you have a million questions, but let's just go see our pilot in action. Right. Seven. The fledglings. So let's see, was it Peter and Tom, or I forgot what it was. Peter and who was the first person? Beach Bay Town, 1969. Birds swoop out over the water, flying east over the crashing waves. You know, the paper loves writing crazy headlines about Florida. Like, ghost ship returns from the Atlantic. Lost warplane guided home by little green men. Winged man lands on Tampa Beach. I have heard them before. Our colleagues sometimes share their favorite over lunch. They would laugh so hard they spilled their coffee. It was always a mess afterwards. They said it's the Devil's Triangle, 3 points between our coast, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda.
I never considered them credible.
The water in the so-called triangle are no more treacherous or magical than any other. People should be careful about separating truth from superstition. I do not doubt that you're more capable than that. Of course I can. I mean, the last story, I guess I want it to be true. What if it is? I see. So, you believe that a wheeled human appears from the Atlantic and landed there? Well, it's just that after you gave me that draft from Uncle Victor... Also, everybody's in the same family? At first, I thought we'll never get any further than he did, but when I saw that, I thought maybe we can do it. Maybe it was fate. Fate. Fate has no direction in her view. Ascribing purpose or intention of a chain of events was just a flaw in human reasoning.
I never considered that. Victor.
I have insufficient time to work on it. So, I gave it to you. That is all. Where your uncle failed, I had hoped you might succeed. There was no notion of destiny. I simply made a practical decision. And this winged man story is just as sensible journalism. It was a coincidence. Say what you will, you may not believe in fate, but plenty of others, humans and arcanists alike do. Anyway, fate or not, you should see how far you come.
I think you'll see that I'm the winner.
That makes it 1 minute and 8 seconds. I win.
How dare you!
Give me a break. That was 1 minute and 1 second. You were still on the ground when you started counting. Yeah, because we agreed to start counting as soon as the engine starts.
No.
That will be unwise. It is more useful to count only after you have achieved liftoff. Otherwise, your records may not be accurate showing of your progress, sending you down the wrong path. The boys turned to the source of the stern, yet encouraging voice. Wait, is that the robot from before? Cool! Hey, everyone! Miss Joanna brought the robot here. Do you mean that your fight duration now exceeds a minute without aid from arcane skills? Simply astonishing. You should be saying thanks. It was Miss Lucy who gave us the original prototype for our wings. Of course. Thanks, Miss. Yeah, thanks, Miss Robot. You correctly guessed our biggest obstacle, fuel. We tried enlarging the tank, but the heavier the weight in fuel and materials, the less efficient it became. We just can't find a solution that allows for prolonged and independent flight. But we're still confident, aren't we, gentlemen? It's far from perfect now, but that's fine. As you said, it's only a matter of time. And these kids have plenty of that. Think how far they have progressed from the time they reached my age. The world could become different, even from our wireless dreams. The march of progress has been undeniable, even contained to just the last century. From oil lamps and coal to gasoline and atomic energy, it is hard to imagine what will come next. The television is a great example. It has only been around for 44 years. When it first released, it seemed as though it would never dethrone the cinema. Now, it is a staple of modern life. People can hardly spend a day without their favorite show. Are you talking about the TV show? Hey, miss. Do you know Captain James T. Kirk and Spock? Why do you ask her? It's a TV show, not a real life, doofus. She's a robot, not an actress. Yeah, I know she's a robot. That's why I figured she would have to know about the best sci-fi show of all times. Let's stop pestering Miss Lucy about her favorite show, alright, boys? Unless you'd like to spend tomorrow cleaning out the school swimming pool. Sounds like fun to you. It is a half-joking threat, but enough to bring the boys in line. That would be quite a shame. You would very likely miss the broadcast. I am proud to say it's the SCC technology that was pivoted in constructing the signal boosting device.
First, before we return to the classroom.
But for now, let me see the problem that you have been dealing with. The mechanical woman walks towards the metal construction lying in the sands. Daniel and Annie and the others helped us move it out here. Yeah, we promised them everyone would give a try after we ironed out the kinks. It's hard. It hits a hard limit now. I tried everything I could to help them.
Very well.
1 minute is already a remarkable achievement. Is this why you invited me here? Well, Dad and I miss working with Lucy. The switch was worth it, believe me. Still, I do miss some parts of my career and my colleagues. So think you can lend us a hand? I will attempt to do so. Is there still powered by liquid fuel? Until recently, it was. We actually been getting it straight from the space center, so it was about as high grade as you can get. But we've been toying with something else now. To cut the weight down, we switched to wired electricity. Lucy scans over the beach, finding a long black cord connected from the machine back towards the nearby generator. A wire? That completely restricts your flight range. The length of the cord will determine your maximum radius.
You have made a kite.
You have created an electric kite. At least we replaced the thread with a wire. But you're right, it's nothing more than a kind of powered kite. They even call it that something. Wait, they even call it that sometimes. But what else can we do? This was the only solution they gave us as any kind of stable flight. Once unplugged, the battery can only sustain the engine for less than a minute. I see. So, it is not a matter of fuel, but rather of capacity.
A simple adjustment will resolve this issue.
She produced a silvery metallic block from her coat, an energy source power source, made from the material fusion of arcanum and material science. If your design has a T2 general slot, this battery may work as a substitute. Let me try. She skillfully replaces the battery, then unplugs the wings. Try it again. So what is it? A new battery? Is that going to be enough?
This is sufficient.
I am confident it will dramatically improve your flight time. However, I suggest you do not fly too high or too far away from the beach, at least until you know the precise power draw. Joanna and the students crowd around the wing to see the new components. I didn't know the space station has been working on battery technology. Actually, this is the product I developed with the LSCC in 1965.
It needs some additional help from an arcane skill.
A arcane colleague there helped me complete this project. The arcanum imbued in it should allow it to ignore the usual physical limit of its material. I can only imagine what could be done with technology like that. Has it been released?
Right.
We have begun mass production. We are only waiting for official permission to make it publicly available. By harnessing arcanum, we are able to achieve similar energy density to rocket fuel, but without the need for cumbersome tanks and piping. Petroleum was a marvel of science that laid the foundation of modern civilization. That being the case, I believe that an arcane skill can be studied, perhaps, and replicated. There might be capable of supplanting fossil fuel entirely. I always thought you refused to use arcane skills to enhance technology. I opposed the use of arcane skills only because it was unstable and not replicable at scale. However, if it can be incorporated into technology in a controllable and generated way, it can work. The gap between arcane skills and human technology is really not so different, no more than and between a human brain and a computer. One is created through genetic coding, while the other is created by digital coding. They are essentially the same. If it were anyone else saying that, I would have called them a nut job.
Really?
Why? A fact remains a fact, regardless of who says it. I am a mechanical device that has the same function, no matter its user. That much is true, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. We still need to see the results of our flash test flight. In a short time, the first brave pilot takes off on his aluminum wings. The students cheer as the stopwatch count up to 60 seconds and beyond. It seems like a remarkable success. This will be the end of the era. No more competition, just fun. I think we could call our project completed. Well, only thanks to you. Do you want me to report this achievement to the Space Center, or maybe the LSCC? Not quite yet. There's still room for improvement. So how long do you think that battery can last now? We will need to do further testing to determine that. However, I suspect it is an improvement by order of... Then maybe I should call them down. Just to be safe. Jack, get down from here. Danny, Peter, please clear the beach off for landing. Reluctantly, the young man returns from the skies, making a steady landing on the sand.
Good.
10 minutes and 48 seconds. That makes for quite a new record. I'm certain they have beat this handling before you know it. Alright, we're on to the last stage. Roaming through 1969.
Joanna,
It's open. Come in. The mechanical woman enters her friend's house. Did you move the TV upstairs? She stands in the tiny living room, but there is no sign of her host. Yeah, the antenna's stuck. Michael couldn't fix it, so we brought it up here, where it could catch the signal.
Lucy.
Come on up, Lucy. I'm trying to get this darn thing working. It won't take long, I promise. Are you in need of help? It's okay. I'm almost done. It's just a screw. It won't get in there. Don't make me get rough with you, you naughty Gibberto. The mechanical woman sits down and looks at the clock. It is 4:11 in the afternoon. She can easily imagine how busy her colleagues are at the Space Center. They should be close to landing on the moon now. Yeah, close. I'm close to making it work. Done! The wire sparks and burns. It strikes the woman like mocking laughter. It appears to be broken.
a simple adjustment will resolve this issue.
Alrighty then. Let's grab something to eat first, and then we can see what we can do. Or I guess, what you can do. Would you like to try some panaha? It's an old family recipe from Portugal.
No.
I do not need food to replenish energy, Joanna, but thank you. Oh, I completely forgot. But it can't hurt to have something to eat, right? You'll keep up with it after all. Anyway, it's your call. Biological materials have a much lower conversion efficiency than pure electricity. It has been a century since she has changed her primary power source, and has increased her capacity exponentially. Yet, it came with an unexpected price. She no longer feels welcome at meal times. Humans consider food consumption as social activities, and some take offense to her abstaining.
Perhaps.
Perhaps high neutral foods will become more popular in the future. That way, less time will be wasted on social consumption rituals. Oh please, food isn't just about the health of your body, it's good for your spirit too. It's one of the great joys of living. Irrelevant, whatever a spirit is, it is not nourished by biological matter. Now, consider the food we prepared for the astronauts. Lightweight but densely packed with nutrition. Fine, no pahan for you. Now, would you like to fix the machine? I don't want to miss the broadcast. Yes, it is possible. However, I must warn you, there is a small chance of failure. I predict between 2 to 5%. Well, I already called the repairman, but if you don't mind trying your luck, maybe you can give it a whirl first. The mechanical woman reaches for the stubborn screw, and steams pour out from her core. The light of arcane skill seems to awaken the machine, and then... what happens? In a bit of puffing, spluttering smoke, the unlockless property seems to have come to pass. What happened, Lucy? My arcane skill has failed. A finger-sized robot now stands motionless next to the piston where Lucy has been. The piston squeaks up to Joanna from the front. It has been 42 months and 18 days since the last time this failure occurred. How unfortunate. Seems like we made a bad gamble, haha. But it isn't so bad. Why, you almost look like a little dolly now. Very, very cute, Miss Lucy. But how do you get back to your unusual size?
Do not worry.
It will be over in just a few minutes. Do not be concerned. I never expected to learn something new about you after all these years. I am no more than a metal piston, truly. Everything else is just a mechanical construction, a facade. She looks now just as she did when she first awakened. When she took form at the part of the very first steam engine. A few seconds pass and Joanna picks up the tiny immobile robot. I still can't believe this little thing was you.
It is unreliable.
The accident caused by a rare instability of my arcane skill. I suppose you see now why I am reluctant to use my skill. Even when they are important, it is dangerous to bet on uncertainty. Thankfully, it's only a TV this time. Not that big of a deal, right? Besides, it was only a tiny little accident. You can always try again. Once again, Lucy emits steam from her core, this time successfully reactivating the television from her arcane skill.
Good.
Done. A signal reaches the TV from 300,000 kilometers away on the black and white screen. A man begins to step out from the capsule, his feet landing on the surface of the moon. The camera captures not only the capsule and the astronaut, but the silence and loneliness of space. It looks so beautiful up there. In so many different cultures, people believe something was living on the moon. In China, they said there's a palace on the moon with a princess and a rabbit.
No.
There is no breathable atmosphere on the moon. Such a thing could be logical impossible. Well, we're about to see. They're taking the first step now. It may only be one step for a man, but for mankind, it is a journey of many thousand years. She watches as the astronaut takes the first clumsy step across the moon street. It was less than 70 years, Joanna, when most people believed humanity would never fly, but now, you have taken the first step on another world. Joanna is still silent in awe of the moment, but in a short while, she points over to the painting on the wall. That painting was from Uncle Victor. So what does the painting look like? Can we see it? Wait, the painting that has kept her company throughout her life. Wait, isn't this the same thing as her grandma one? For, Jamina? Depicted on it, a winged girl taking off into the harbor, flying past a lighthouse, heading towards the sun. They say she was our ancestor of our family, from Portugal, that she was the first human to truly fly. There was no question in Lucy's mind on who this mysterious woman has been. It was a remarkable likeness of the scene. I started this project in 1835 in Lisbon. Jamina and I made the first prototype of those wings. There was no engine in the first design. We could only catch the wind.
It needs some additional help from an arcane skill.
It was something of a bitter moment. I had to use my arcane skill to alter it so that Jamina could reach the ship. I never saw her again. I did not even know if she survived.
Lucy.
I knew she had a partner. Somehow, I never realized it was you.
Victor.
I spent a lot of time on other work after that. By the time I heard about your uncle's project, it has been 70 years. But still, we could not solve the problem of power. The technology was not available to lift the frame of any significant length of time. He gave up. Did you know that after he left Boston, Uncle Victor went to New York, made it rich with some olive oil business?
Really?
No, I never knew, but I'm happy for him. So he achieved his goals after all, just like Jimeno did in a way. He had always realized the business value of the wings, but he came to believe that it was impossible to achieve the design with the technology we had available. Humans have so little time when you look at it. The future is always slipping out of their grasp. It is understandable, but why grow frustrated after failing again and again? They do not have the time to wait around for the next miracle. But by handing down the amber, through you helped us get here. Now, we realize his dream, and Jamina, and her father before her. Yes. Ideas, too, have a progress of slow iteration. In the 19th century, only a few people even dreamed that humans could ever fly. In your uncle's time, it was already changed. People knew it was impossible. People knew it was possible, but though it could only be a novelty. Now, no one doubts where we can go. It is always only a matter of time, Joanna. And time moves like a river. It cannot be stopped, and no one can control where it will take us. No matter where you rage against it, take every moment you can, or give up halfway.
Correct.
All that we need is patience.
We will eventually get there, even though many of us may fall along the way. Lucy.
But you witnessed it all, Lucy. You kept that amber glowing. I just kept you company along the way. That is all I did. And that's the end of Lucy's story. Alright, let's do some of the survey stuff. So this is just battle parts now. It should be quick. Well, let's put it on
I'm no
Gentian.
master of a teamwork.
Let's see.
Can I start running?
Oh, he's not even in it.
The moment of silence.
Newly made this year.
Learn from silence.
There they are.
Circuits functioning properly. Circuits functioning properly. Loading.
Another jar?
I, robot, child of science.
You don't want to miss it.
Nice.
And now to return to my long-term mission.
Your request has been heard.
Gentian looks different. I thought he had white hair.
Confrontation was never to my liking.
Another jar?
Charging.
The Bagua drown on the sign brick never warns about its changes.
Barrage. Circuits functioning properly. Loading. Charging. I, robot, child of science.
The curtain has fallen.
Program activated.
Why did he get a full?
Confrontation was never to my
Charging.
liking.
Another jar?
The Bagua drown on the sign brick never warns about its changes.
The light that illuminates all.
There they are. Ouch! Ouch!
Loading. Charging.
The bones will tell.
Loading. Charging.
Stay away from me.
Target confirmed. Faraday's miracle. Circuits functioning properly.
It's newly made this year.
Charging. I, robot, child of science. And now to return to my long-term mission.
Rest. I think that's what I should do soon. Did we do the deduction already? I forget. Let's see. Is there a star? Nope, not yet. Okay, so we didn't do this yet. Alright, let's put a... I'll put her in. Let's try that. Wait, does this people get a full Moxie? Alright, so I guess we could just put them in.
Confrontation was never to my liking.
I get it completely.
The Bagua drowned on the sign brick never warns about its changes.
Shiny, shiny arrows. Ah! Whoa!
Circuits functioning properly. Charging.
Oh, right, right.
I, robot, child of science.
The music will speak. The bones will tell.
Loading.
Careful.
The light that illuminates all.
Nice. Oh, there's more.
Confrontation was never to my liking. The music will speak. Confrontation was never to my liking.
Charging.
Stay away from me. The Bagua drowned on the sign brick never warns about its changes.
Aim and shoot.
Oh, I get it completely. Oh, right.
The bones will tell.
Ooh la la. Yay! A perfectly executed exercise.
Are you able to choose different assist people? So who do we get to choose this time?
Ah, Bangala.
Confrontation was never to my liking.
Easy la. Copy that.
The Bagua drowned on the sign brick never warns about its changes.
Gagai Lily. Thunder to me. Peace and love. Peace and love. Woohoo! Release.
A ravishing rainbow.
Why is it on opposite sides? Wait, I guess I'll do this one then. Hopefully it's not on opposite side here. Nice.
I wouldn't have to do this.
朱古力 check， 保鮮紙 check。
So we got that. Alright, just gonna.
This is not a mistake made by man.
陰森森，黑媽媽，睇得是命是安。
Ghostbusters!
Be careful, young man.
That's a lot of damage.
Woohoo! Release!
Extraction of the rainbow.
Confrontation was never to my liking.
45. Okay, now that's not gonna work.
Confrontation was never to my liking.
It's a tough one, boss.
Confrontation was never to my liking.
Wait a sec.
The bones will tell. Confrontation. The bones will
It's a
tell.
tough one, boss.
The Bagua drowned on the cyan brick never warns about its changes. Stay away from me.
Peace and love. To me. Peace and love.
The music will speak.
Allow me to double check the battery levels. Barrage.
Peace and love. Peace
Be
and love.
careful, young.
Victory, the mother of arrogance.
Also, I know that Argentina has a follow-up attack a little bit too. I'll stick with that.
It's an honor to meet you.
So you guys get both. Okay.
It is here.
Confrontation was never to my liking.
I can hear it. Another jar? Tu peux la jeter maintenant. La charme d'opère.
The Bagua drowned on the cyan brick never warns about its changes.
Oh, this
Careful, young man.
Don't touch my bag! There they are. Peace and love. Peace and love. Lights!
Oh, I forgot. We don't have a healer in this one.
Rock, rock, rock! Change the world!
The bones will tell.
What a tragedy.
The music will speak.
Charging.
This is not a mistake made by man.
Peace and love. Peace and love. Sangue. Soffocare sangue.
Be careful, young man.
Don't touch my bag.
The light that illuminates all.
Peace and love.
Be careful,
Peace and
young
love.
man.
Don't touch my bag.
Extraction of the rainbow.
Lights. Rock, rock, rock. Change the world. Peace and love. Peace and love.
I guess we didn't get to choose our. Find out light.
Circuits functioning properly.
It's newly made this year. It is
Alright,
here.
what's that?
Circuits functioning properly.
Another jar?
Charging.
Wintersterne, weekend in Bonnemont.
I, Robot, child of science. Target confirmed.
Nice! Left hand up. Now right hand up.
Be careful, young man.
Victory, the mother of arrogance.
Alright, the last observation and survey part. I guess I'll leave the healer in. Wait, let me check. Let me put the other healer in too. Let's see how that goes.
Your request has been heard.
I'm not sure why Gintian gets full max Roxy.
I will remember your
Confrontation
sacrifice.
was never to my
Loading.
liking.
Charging. Keep up the pace.
The Bagua drown on the sign brick never warns about its changes.
Eliminate target. Aim and shoot. Circuits
We
functioning
share the
properly.
same dream.
Loading.
We share the same dream.
Circuits functioning prop loading.
To a brighter future for everyone.
I, Robot, Child of Science. Barrage.
Let's see. Let's do it one more time. Wait. Well, we don't have enough if we get rid of one either.
Coming! It's newly made this year.
Moxie would really see.
The maid's flicker. I'll fill the cup for you.
And now to return to my
Wait,
long-term
that
mission.
was pretty quick.
Rest.
Yeah, we'll just stick with the team.
Dental checker.
Alright, so it's Gintian that gets full max for some reason. Let's see what should we choose.
It's newly made this year.
Let's do we'll buff it, we'll see.
The moment of utterance.
Charging. Loading.
Another jar?
The light that illuminates all. Target confirmed.
Not gonna do much damage to the boss or the mobs.
Circuits functioning properly.
Coming! It's newly made this year.
I, Robot, child of science.
I'll fill the cup for you. Ah! There they are.
Time for tongues to speak of truth.
Charging. Relax.
One sec.
Time for tongues to speak of truth.
I do better.
Loading.
Yeah.
Charging.
The scale of your soul has tilted. The balance needs to be restored.
Barrage. Faraday's miracle.
Nice, got it less than half now.
The moment of utterance.
Many peaceful moments.
Another jar?
Learn from silence.
Enjoy! Got you!
Let's see, health up at there. Alright, we'll use the small health first. We'll boost up.
The moment of silence.
It's newly made this year.
I'm gonna attack the small guys first since they do more. Wait, do they do more damage? Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay. Do the original one then.
Another jar?
Loading. Breathe.
There they are.
Aim and shoot. Stop.
The moment of silence.
Coming!
Charging.
benefit from reading.
I'll fill the cup for you.
The light that illuminates all. Circuits functioning
Time
properly.
comes to speak of truth. The moment of utterance.
Charging. I, robot, child of science.
The scale of your soul has tilted. The balance needs to be restored. Learn from silence.
Barrage.
Victory secured. I should excuse myself.
Alright. Finish that one then. So we get any goodies? Not enough for... So we completed the Fire Thieves, we finished Lucy's story. Next time we're up on, we'll probably do Kakanya's quests.